This video is for you. If you're on a budget and you want to smell great, but you have a little bit of a financial constraint, you can't spend too much money to do that, I have 5 fragrances here that essentially for the price of one very expensive fragrance, you could have a great fragrance wardrobe. So stick around, this one's for you. Hello everyone, Max here. Today, if you love to smell great, you love to make a great first impression, these fragrances will definitely help you achieve that. And of course, it's a great place to be. If you enjoyed the channel, subscribe, leave me a like, and of course, hit the notification bell icon so you guys get these videos straight into your feed. Today we're talking about a fragrance brand that you don't hear much about. It's kind of like a hidden gem type of a fragrance house, kind of like Just Jack, which I brought to you guys, I want to say a couple years ago. And that particular fragrance house really emulates the Tom Ford private blend and some of the Tom Ford signature collection, which is actually pretty good for the price point. This one here is going to be a fragrance brand from Dubai, which is eradicated in France, and really all the fragrances are actually from France. They're actually made in Paris. The bottles, actually good quality for what you're getting here. The performance was pretty good. Everything here that I tried gave me 6 to 8 hours. The bottles look great, the sprays are amazing, and the scents are going to be similar to very expensive niche fragrances. So I'm going to start off by saying that you can find these fragrances essentially in 3 different locations. On Amazon, you can actually find them at another discount website, but I'm going to highly suggest and recommend that you guys check these out at @𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is where I got mine, because if you go anywhere else, you're going to pay between $75 and $85. If you go to @𝗏𝗏𝗏, they're going to be $50 or below. All links below to make your lives easier if you're interested in this particular house. The house is called BOROUJ. Really nice presentation. You get a nice sleeve. Behind me, you have all the bottles back there. You have all the casings back there. The bottles are right behind me here. But I wanted to keep one here to show you exactly the quality. This is really good quality. It's embossed right in there. The sleeve comes out. And then you have this really nice casing, which is like a leatherette kind of a feel. The bottle stays beautifully in there if you want to, store it away from sunlight, whatever. This is really good quality for what you're getting here. And the bottles themselves look pretty good. This one here, for instance, is called Modernity. And it's one of the ones that I think leans a little more toward feminine. I'm going to tell you guys why. So Modernity is a beautiful purple bottle. They're mirrored bottles, really good quality, heavy metal caps. Sprays are pretty powerful. So quality is definitely here. For the price point, this company, what they're trying to do, BOROUJ, is really bring forth, niche-like fragrances for a great affordable price for people on a budget. Simple as that, guys. That is the message. Now, Modernity is going to be a floral oud type of a scent. You're gonna have rose here, you're gonna have some white florals, and most predominant here, a nice woody oud type of a base that's gonna be very resinous and very room filling. It's a good scent, but I definitely think it leans a little more feminine to my taste. But again, if you love, woody floral scents, this one is gonna be great. There's also a little bit of a fruitiness up top, perhaps a raspberry note. It's definitely on the red berry kind of a note. Good stuff right here if you're into this type of stuff. Next up, we have Gravity. Now, Gravity is a red bottle, as you see here, like a beautiful red bottle. And this is another one that's going to be leaning more feminine. So I kind of like worked my way up to the ones that are more unisex, and then the last 2 are a little bit more masculine, especially the last one. But this one here, again, the sprays are beasts on these things, guys. Really good quality. Now, Gravity, to me, if you're familiar with the note of lychee, that fruity lychee note, a little sharp, fruity, also very compelling, very attractive. This is going to be in the same vein as Delina or Delina Exclusive from Perfumes de Marly. Again, for a fraction of the cost. I think that fragrance is like $300 plus. This is gonna be $50 or less. So you really can't beat it. They are very powerful, guys. They're very resinous. They're very concentrated. So they're going to last quite a long time, especially this one here for women. I think it's a great choice for a gift. You can definitely rock this as a signature scent if you like Delina Exclusive, or if you want something for special occasions. This is definitely going to give you an edge, all you ladies out there. Now, this one here is a great oud scent for those that really are enamored with the note of oud. If you're getting into oud, you don't want to spend too much money, but you want to kind of have the the effects of the scent profile of oudy fragrances. This is going to be La Masat Oud, and what this reminds me of, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a very close, I'm going to say 90% close to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Now, you guys know by now that Tom Ford Oud Wood is the #1 selling Tom Ford private blend fragrance of all time. So Oud Wood, along with Tobacco Vanilla, are the top sellers. If you love a very sensual, very, compelling, appealing, and attractive, seductive kind of a oud scent, this is going to be great, guys. I'm telling you, it's about 90–95% similar to Oud Wood from Tom Ford, which I'm very similar with. The performance on this one's actually pretty good. projects like a beast, and I'm telling you, for the price, you really can't go wrong. It really seems like BOROUJ was inspired by two particular scent profiles from Perfumes 𝗔𝗿𝗏. The first one was the Ligne Exclusive that I just talked about before, and now we have this one here that got a lot of limelight, or some limelight in some groups that I saw out there, and this is called 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to be very similar to a very expensive Perfumes 𝗔𝗏𝗏 fragrance called Carlisle. If you enjoy Carlisle, but you thought it was too expensive, you didn't want to pull the trigger, guys, this is your answer right here. This stuff is incredible. It smells so good. It has like a boozy factor up top, like a whiskey or cognac. Then you have this really nice, woody, spicy kind of a heart in the base. It's just resinous. It's just, very attractive, very compelling. I love the stuff. This is great for night out, romantic settings, upscale locations. I want to say dress up situations, nighttime, romantic settings. I think this will be perfect. You're going to be the best smelling person in the room. No two ways about it. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, for the price, guys, it's a steal. And like I said, very similar to Carlisle, which I think retails for $330 if I'm not mistaken. And last but not least, we have a fragrance here that it seems like every single fragrance brand out there will have to have their take or their interpretation of this particular fragrance. This one's called Spiritus. And as you see the name here, Spiritus, Aventus, that's what that is. It's going to be BOROUJ's take on Aventus. Now, when you ask me here, hey Max, is this as good as Aventus? So I've owned many different batches of Aventus for the past 10 years plus. Since 2010, I've had so many different bottles. This is going to be a very good, interpretation of Aventus. Let me tell you, it's long lasting. It's very powerful in protection. You don't have much of the smokiness birch that you have with Aventus here. It's mostly a very pineapple-y, fruity, effervescent, sparkly kind of a interpretation of Aventus. There is some kind of a woodiness, earthiness, but not as smoky as, Aventus, some of the batches. This is going to be more of your fruity, interpretation of Aventus. It's very nice, very long lasting. You got all the different facets of Aventus, the apple, the pineapple, the woodiness, a little bit of the earthiness, some of the moss in here, the greenness that you get in the dry down. I love this stuff. And let me tell you, 8+ hours, no problem. For 55, I think it's 55 bucks. You really can't beat it. To be quite honest with you, I think right now it's my favorite dupe, copy, or take on Aventus in the market. That's simple. So guys, let me know in the comments, have you heard of BOROUJ? Have you tried any of these fragrances anywhere you are in the world? What are your thoughts on this company? Love to read your comments. And of course, check them out if you haven't yet. I mean, the price is really a steal. I'm gonna have it all linked below to make your lives easier. I think overall it's a great, alternative to a lot of expensive fragrances. You don't have to break the bank. You're gonna smell great. They perform quite well. It's that simple. As always, guys, thanks so much for your support. And of course, wear your fragrances well. Choose what truly moves you, because you shouldn't wear what people tell you should wear. You should wear what you really love. See you guys back here in another video very soon. Take care.